Good morning and welcome to our Facebook Live today. My name's Jenny McCormack and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the market town of Brackley, which is in Northamptonshire in the UK. Beautiful summer, I'm allowed to say. Beautiful summer morning here, the sun is shining. That's always a good start to the day and I think it's going to be quite warm. Good morning, Jeanette. Thanks for joining us this morning. So yesterday I created this cute little card. So this set of dies is available during Sale-a-Bration. It coordinates with the tree stamp set, Trees for Sale, which is in our autumn winter catalogue. And it features this cute little caravan, as well as being able to cut out all of these elements. So it cuts out the trees, it cuts out the line of baubles, the pole, the cute little dog, as well as the tree stand and the little sign. So we used that yesterday to create this fun little card, which I thought would be perfect. Hi Kerry, good evening to you in Australia. I hope you're well. And I thought this would be perfect for somebody who is a caravaner for their birthday. And I do have a few people in mind actually, so I might need to recreate this in some different colours. So that's what we created yesterday. And I'm focusing on Sale-a-Bration because today here in the UK is the last day you can earn these Sale-a-Bration items for free. This is the Sale-a-Bration catalogue. You can view it online if you don't have one in person. It's not too big. You can just view it online. You don't have to download it. And there's a whole series of products that are available either for £45 or a £90 spend. And you can order in multiples. Excuse me. So if you spend £90, you could choose either two £45 qualifying items or one £90 item. So I featured the hippos quite a long time ago. Oh, thanks, Kerry. Right. My goodness, at least 4 or 5 weeks ago, so do hop back for that. If you go to YouTube and put in Sale-a-Bration 2022 on my channel, all of the Sale-a-Bration items have been collected there in a playlist, so look for that. We used the Rings of Love paper to make a couple of new home cards. That's this paper down here that's got the really pretty little houses. There's some poinsettias and some birds. In fact, I was going to use the birds and I haven't done. And then today I'm going to be using 3 items. So we have these pool party and soft seafoam cards and envelopes. So you get 20 cards and 20 envelopes. These are always really useful. So these have printed designs on the front. This is pool party and this is soft seafoam, and then there are coordinating envelopes with the 2 colours on them. So I'm going to be using one of those as my base. Plenty of samples here. I use stylus sketches for coffee and card, and also here on our Facebook Live featuring the foxes, ducks, and also the little figs and fig leaves. And another product I'm going to use today is the silver and gold designer paper. So this is a 6 by 6 inch pack. There are 24 sheets in total, and as you can see we've got stripes, so uneven stripes, hopefully you can see that, in gold, and we have the dots, and then we have the stripes in silver and the dots in silver. So you can use these just as backing in their own right, and you can also stamp on them, but we're going to use them for some blending today as a background. And then the other set I'm using is called Amazing Phrasing, and this is available with a £90 order. And this one basically is a whole series of sentiments that you can put together. So you've got woohoo, amazing, hey, and whoops. I used the whoops with the hippo. I had him in the water. And then you've got to another year. It's going to be, you've got this, you're doing amazing, for example, hey, good looking. So you can put all these combinations together. And that's that one there, called Amazing Phrasing. And then these are the tree dies that we used yesterday, with some samples. And then the Wonderful World papers we use for coffee and card, as well as here on Facebook Live. I use the postage stamp punch to punch some of those out, as well as using the decorative papers as a background. And then another option, if you place a large order or you have a joint order with friends, there is a host set called Perfect Pomegranate, and you can get that absolutely free for an order over £275, and those are all retail prices. And then finally we have the offer for joining. Now I'm going to pop on live a bit later this afternoon to show you that in a little bit more detail. So you can join our team for £99. That's the offer that runs all the way through the year, and you get to be part of Stampin' Up. You are independent and you can do your own thing. You can purchase at a discount, and I would say probably more than 80% of demonstrators worldwide do exactly that. And you can also run it obviously as a business like myself, if that's something of interest now or in the future. So there is this collection as well that you get absolutely free, and that is a planner, it is a set of notebooks, a coordinating stamp set, and lots of infills for the planner. So I will pop on later on today and show you that. And for your £99, as well as all of that, you get £130 of products of your choosing and free delivery. So I will talk about that later. So let's use these. So I've got the basic note cards and envelopes that I'm going to use, and I'm going to be using one of these sheets. So I've got silver and gold, and I've got stripes and dots, and the inspiration for my card comes straight from the catalogue. Morning Louise, morning Linda, and it's this one here. So I'm going to be using our base card, and I'm going to be colouring our panel and then stamping a sentiment onto a die cut. So I think we're going to go for spots, and I think can't decide whether to go for gold or silver. I think I'm going to go for silver with the pool party. So let's take these out of the way. So this is going to be my base piece here. So I'm going to trim this piece down just to create a panel. Let's have a look. Let's see what 7 centimeters looks like so. Okay, I might make it narrower, but I'm going to start with that, and I'm just going to use my blending brushes And I'm going to do as they've suggested, with some different colours, blending one into the other. Why I'm so higgledy-piggledy today. So let's go for, pool party I need to start with really, because I want it to coordinate. So let's grab the pool party ink. So last day of August today, goodness me, I'm not going to say it. Okay, so I'm just building up the colour on my brush, and I'm just going to start blending in from one side. And the silver of the embossing will resist some of the ink colour. Now you could do multiple colours. I might just stick with the two. So I do apologise, I meant to change my piece of grid paper. This is left over from class. Oops, so I might take it blue to our new green, our parakeet party, sort of greeny yellow. Okay, now I know I don't need the full height of this. So what I'm going to do is start at the other end. I'm actually going to trim that little bit off because I don't need that. Just measure that. 13.8. So I'm just going to make this a little bit over and then I'll trim it down. There's no point colouring a little bit I'm not going to use. So I'm going to grab Parakeet Party. There we go. Yeah. But you could do any combination of colours. Okay, so just inking this up and then coming in. Now because this is paper rather than card, you'll have seen that it does lift up a little bit when I'm doing this. So just be aware of that. Just bringing this in and blending them together. Like so. There we go. So it's the green. I'm just going to bring in a little bit more blue. I think I probably need to re-ink my pool party. There we go. So as I said, this paper, the cards and envelopes and the stamps that I'm using are all part of Sale-a-Bration, which finishes today. Okay, let's have a look and see what that looks like. Okay, hopefully you can see that. So I think what I'm going to do is put some silver behind this, some silver card. Just to highlight it. So when you do this, you can do one of two things. You can cut a piece that's slightly larger, or if you want to be particularly frugal with your cardstock, just cut two small strips and adhere them on either side. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's cut. I'm going to cut a piece like that to start with. And then I'm going to just cut this roughly down the middle, like so. And you could use a die that had a patterned edge, for example, and put some patterns down the side. So I'm going to pop that on there. I'm going to make this even darker. There we go. It's better. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is adhere this on one side, work out how wide I want it, and then trim and add the other piece there. So I'm just going to take some seal and run it down that one side. Place it onto here. Really do have to take my glasses off. Put the other light on. Like so. That's doesn't look very straight to me. So let's correct it. Let's trim that bottom piece off. And then it's out by the smallest amount, but there we go. It's better. So I've got my panel here, and I can decide which way round I want it in a minute. And I'm just going to work out how wide I want this panel to be. So I'm thinking maybe 5 centimeters would be sufficient. Let's go 5.5. I can always take a little bit more off. Yeah, I think that works. And then you can use that piece inside of the card if you wanted to, or on the envelope. Okay, I'm going to attach the other side. so. See if I can get it straight this time. If not, what you can do is just literally place it on and then trim it down. But let's give it a go. Oh, that moved at the last minute. There we go. Hard to say whether that is straight or not. There we go. I think I'll get away with that. So this is going to be my background panel, and then I'm going to use a die here and stamp my sentiment in the coordinating colours. So I'm going to make this a little bit more bold. So I'm going to, instead of using Pool Party, I will probably use Bermuda Bay or Coastal Cabana to do that. And as I say, you could put this piece on the inside here if you wanted to. So let's grab our sentiment. So we could do Hey Hey Hey, You Did It, which is what they've used, or You Are Amazing, or I could do Hoo Hoo, You Did It. Do it that way. Even. Let's do Hey Hey Hey. There we go. And da-da. You did it. Go. Now they've used one of the dies. Which one they've used for that? Let me just see what I've got. I think what I'm going to do is stamp and then die cut. So I'm going to grab a piece of white cardstock just to do that. I've got some here. And I want it to be narrower than that, so that will work. So I'm going to use darker colours than I've got there. So I'm thinking I've got Bermuda Bay, Granny Apple Green, and Coastal Cabana. So if I start with that and work down, let's give it a go. I've got nothing to lose. Okay, so I haven't used this stamp. Let's move this out of the way for the minute. So I'm just going to test it out on my background first. Okay, just clean that off. Glasses off. And I'm just going to put this fairly central because I don't know what I'm going to use to die cut it yet. So hey, I'm going to use Coastal Cabana next. So it's just a step darker than Pool Party. Okay. So this would be great for somebody who's passed some recent exams, passed a driving test, started a different school. You could give them to them on at the end of their first day, or you've got this, so you could do hey you've got this for somebody changing schools. Okay. Let's try. I'm going to stamp that on something else, and then I can either fussy cut it or die cut it. So you did it. And I'm going to do you've got this as well. I can find it. It'll be the last one. Yes. There we go. I'm just going to use another bit of paper just so it gives me flexibility. These are all offcuts anyway. Just so I've got some flexibility when I come to cut anything out. Just stamp that. Yeah. So I've got two options. I've got you did it, you did it, you've got this. Okay, now what am I going to use to cut that one out? Let's have a look and see. I could just, oh, tell you what I might have just here is, yes, I've got a decal edged piece here. That would fit, although it's not very exciting. It's the right size, but it's not very exciting, is it? Right, let's see what I can grab. In terms of labels, seasonal labels. Let me have a quick look at that. Okay, just a little bit too narrow for that one. And I think this is what they've used actually. Stroke of luck. So, yeah, that one's too small. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that through my die cutting machine very quickly. Need to find my top plate. There we go. So it's coming together. So this one I need to decide which way round it's going to go. Then I've got hey hey hey. Now I have got this lovely baker's twine in the in colours, which includes Parakeet Party. So I might use some of that. And what do we think? You've got this or you did it? I could wrap this around here actually. Okay, let's get this. Just going to wrap this around the back. Just deciding which way around. I think I'm going to have that in reverse so the green is at the top, so it's more of a contrast. And then I'm going to wrap this around the bottom here. Leave a little bit. Just wrap it around. Go. So that's the in colour baker's twine, so you get 5 reels of that in the pack. Just going to make that a knot rather than a bow, because I think then this could go to a male or a female. Like so, trim that down. There we go. Okay. So I could put this slightly to the left and then underneath, or I could have it centered. They've got it going across there, but I want to keep that bit clear. Hi Glenda, you've got this. Okay. So, am I going central or to the left? Let's pop this on while I'm deliberating on that, or while you help me with that idea. So I'm just going to put 4 on here. Like that. I hope you're well, Glenda. Like so. And then we've got this. I'm going to try and trim it. I could fussy cut it, but let's just see how small I can get it trimmed. So just lining that up so a little bit close, isn't it? Oh, the kitten's arrived. Okay, so think I'm going to go at an angle. So like that. Oh, hello. I love you too. Okay, I reckon that works. So I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals, and then all I need to decide is it going in the middle, which is my gut feeling actually is, or is it going to one side? So hopefully, yeah, they will fit. So just centralising those on that panel, just looking at that edge and that edge and getting those fairly central. And what do we think? I think in the centre. And I'm just going to put that flat, so I haven't got too much bulk on there. And just So it looks like my video has stopped. So I've got most of the way there. So I'm just going to pop this on, apologies, and then photograph it and add that. There we go. So I don't think you can see this because my video has stopped playing on here. So I know you can't see it, I can see it on the screen. So I'll photograph this immediately and pop it up. So thank you so much. Those are, apart from the die cuts and the silver card behind, they're all from our Sale-a-Bration catalogue, which finishes today. So thank you so much. No point in me talking when you can't see anything else going on. I will pop in later to show you the extra goodies you get if you join Stampin' Up today. So do watch out for that this afternoon. Thanks so much everyone. Thanks for your patience. But I got there in the end. Thanks, Jenna. Yes, I don't know why the picture's frozen, but at least you can still hear me because I can see the microphone light flickering on and off on my control panel. So thank you so much everyone. Do take care. I will see you later. Have a great day, morning, afternoon or evening, depending on where and when you're watching. Thanks for now. Take care. Bye bye.